through the whole process. So again, we're going to start with the deep muscles of the chest and kind of work in this way. And so it looks kind of like an arrow. You got the scalene muscles. So you've got 1, 2, 3 scalenes. The longest one in the middle, that's the scalenus medius. The one that's closest to the front towards the pecs, that's the scalenus anterior. And the one that's deepest in the armpit, that's the posterior. So scalenus anterior, medius, posterior. Again, all of that, serratus ventralis, and then right in here, that is your subscapularis.
Can you point subscapularis again?
Subscapularis is right here.
Okay.
It's not necessarily that. That's actually part of the teres major. So if it's pinned, it's going to have to be really, really deep. All right. Then should be kind of a giveaway, but between the ribs, you have the external intercostals, which are right here. A little window opens up, the direction of the fibers change. There's the internal intercostals. So, like I said, from across the room, if you see something there with an opening, you know it's internal intercostal. So that is deep muscles. Now we'll go ahead and move on to the arm. And so, starting on the kind of lateral view, so we have epitrochlearis, then we have triceps, long head, triceps brachia, long head, triceps lateral head. Open that up, and then we have the triceps medial head. And right here, capping the elbow, that's the anconeus, and then coming up right here, that's the brachialis. Now wrapping up and around the brachialis is the brachioradialis. The one that kind of comes up next, that's the extensor carpi radialis. Been a long day. And then we have extensor digitorum communis, extensor digitorum lateralis, and then extensor carpi ulnaris running towards the pinky side. Running right along the edge, that is your flexor carpi ulnaris. And what's kind of lifting up right here is part of the palmaris longus. So kind of flip it around. So we have palmaris longus. And then under the palmaris longus, we're just seeing the edge of it, but it's a huge muscle. That's flexor digitorum profundus. And we have flexor carpi radialis. Then we have pronator teres. Now we're back to our extensor carpi radialis.
Which one's pronator teres?
Pronator teres is right here. So it's the one that's right at the transition between the flexors and the extensors. And it's actually on the other side of the bicep.
Okay.
And so there's biceps brachii, and then again, looking right here, epitrochlearis. There is another band of epitrochlearis that I removed, so sometimes there's more, but then we're looking at right there again is triceps brachii, long head. Now, as far as the leg goes, start with the back. And so kind of works up. The muscle we're looking at right here is gluteus maximus, then it's gluteus medius. And
wait,
medius is underneath, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
And usually you see just a little sliver. And I actually don't see a good one right here. And let me see if I can find it. Yeah, it'd be right in there. So we have to clean it up, but we're looking at maximus right here, and then medius is more superior. Okay, on this side, some of yours probably has it. I think there's only one other mink. So this is a mink cat-only muscle, so that's the caudofemoralis. And then normally covering all of this would be the biceps femoris. Okay, now over here and right here, that's the tensor fasciae lati. And then lift that, we're looking at vastus lateralis. Working our way around, we're looking at sartorius. And if you kind of pull the sartorius right about where it ends, kind of tucks under, it's right there. That's the iliopsoas. So it's the iliacus and the psoas major. And so in humans, it's the two separate muscles. In mink, it's fused. But you can see that kind of fascia line. That's the psoas major, and that's the iliacus. All right. Now, again, we were looking at vastus lateralis, right on the top of the leg, kind of working its way on around down to here. All of that is rectus femoris. And we have vastus medialis is all of that. And this is just more of the sartorius, which is normally, covering all of that. All right. Now, from here, moving on to the other side of the vasculature. Right in here, a little teeny one, that's pectineus, right in there. And we have adductor longus, and we have adductor femoris. This is actually kind of both of those. But then coming up right here, see right there, that's semimembranosus, and what's missing on mine, and that's actually probably part of it, that is the semitendinosus. But I think that actually is it. That's weird. Didn't see it last time. But anyway, membranosus, adductor femoris in humans, it's also called adductor magnus, adductor longus, and then deep, right there, pectineus. And we're looking at gracilis, and gracilis, kind of lift it up, moving to the lower leg. Pretty much all of this is gastrocnemius. The deeper muscle, it's tough to find on a mink, is the soleus, especially this one, it's kind of chewed up. But then on the medial side, we have flexor digitorum longus. Remember, longus leg. So flexors are medial, just like up here. And then start working your way around. We have the tibia right there. So this is tibialis anterior. On the lateral side of the tibialis anterior, it lifts up, and now we see extensor digitorum longus. And then we have, again, gastrocnemius and soleus. And then right here we have peroneus longus, peroneus tertius, and the one right here, little team of peroneus brevis. Then you have Achilles tendon. I think that's all of them.